What do you do, Edward? Because I know you're not a lawyer.
That's right.
I told him you wouldn't want to hide.
I have nothing to hide.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that it's 8:25?
So I could go on to a bigger one with a young guy like yourself?
Maybe.
We're ahead.
You're kidding. The two of us? Together? Like Ray Milland and Rosie Greer in that awful movie?
Hey there, movie buffs. Get ready to dive into some serious Hollywood nostalgia as we catch up with some of the biggest stars who've graced the silver screen. From iconic roles that define their careers to the exciting projects they're tackling today, we've got the lowdown on your favorite actors and actresses. Whether it's Kevin Costner guarding Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard, Jennifer Grey dancing her way into our hearts in Dirty Dancing, or Leonardo DiCaprio making waves both on screen and in environmental activism, these celebs are still making headlines. So sit back, relax, and let's see what these legends have been up to and what they look like now.
Hey, Farmer, you want to come in here with me? Just to be safe?
Kevin Costner, a big name in the acting and directing world, really made waves with his role as Frank Farmer in the 1992 romantic thriller The Bodyguard. In the movie, he plays a former Secret Service agent who's hired to protect a famous R&B singer, played by Whitney Houston, from a mysterious stalker. Directed by Mick Jackson and written by Lawrence Kasdan, the film was a huge hit. Despite mixed reviews from critics, The Bodyguard raked in over $411 million worldwide, making it the second highest grossing movie of 1992. The soundtrack was a massive success too. Right now, Costner is diving into a major project called Horizon: An American Saga, set in the post-Civil War era. Jennifer Grey shot to fame as Frances Baby Houseman in the 1987 classic Dirty Dancing, starring alongside Patrick Swayze. Set in the summer of 1963, the film follows Baby as she learns about life, love, and dancing at a cat's resort. It was a huge hit, winning an Oscar for Best Original Song and grossing around $214 million. The movie also made Grey a pop culture icon, especially with the famous line, "Nobody puts baby in a corner." Lately, Jennifer Grey has been busy with various projects. She's making a big comeback in the Dirty Dancing sequel, announced at CinemaCon. Leonardo DiCaprio became a household name after his role as Jack Dawson in the 1997 blockbuster Titanic, directed by James Cameron. Playing opposite Kate Winslet's Rose DeWitt Bukater, Leo's performance stole hearts worldwide. The film smashed records, earning Leo critical acclaim and cementing his status as a Hollywood superstar. Fast forward to today, and Leo's not just known for his acting chops, but also for his passion for the planet. He's been diving deep into environmental activism, leading a whopping $43 million initiative to restore the Galapagos Islands.
I told him you wouldn't want to hide.
I have nothing to hide.
Sharon Stone made waves with her role as Catherine Trammell in the steamy thriller Basic Instinct back in '92. That interrogation scene? Iconic. It really put her on the map and solidified her rep as a top-tier actress. But these days, Sharon's exploring her artistic side in a whole new way through painting. She's been showcasing her colorful creations in exhibitions, like her East Coast debut called Welcome to My Garden at C. Parker Gallery. Her artwork dives deep into themes like the environment and dismantling the patriarchy, giving us a peek into her inner world and creative vision. It's cool to see her flexing her talents beyond the silver screen.
What do you do, Edward? Because I know you're not a lawyer.
That's right.
Richard Gere became a big deal after he starred in the 90s rom-com Pretty Woman. You know, the one where he played the rich dude who falls for a Hollywood escort played by Julia Roberts. Yeah, that movie was a total smash, making bank and becoming a classic in the rom-com world. These days, Gere's still keeping busy with acting gigs. He's in this comedy drama called Longing, where he plays a big-shot businessman who bumps into his old flame from a small town. Turns out they had a kid together, and he had no clue. Talk about drama.
Laughed loud and long, and all the while, his eyes went to and fro.
Meryl Streep is one of the most iconic actresses in Hollywood, known for her incredible talent and long-lasting career. One of her standout roles was in the 1985 movie Out of Africa, where she played Karen Blixen, a Danish baroness who owns a plantation and falls for a free-spirited hunter, played by Robert Redford. Directed by Sidney Pollack, this epic romantic drama was a hit, snagging 7 Oscars, including Best Picture. Right now, Streep is still going strong in the entertainment industry. She's set to join the cast of the popular TV series Only Murders in the Building for its next season. Figure in Hollywood.
You know, I'm so glad I never got involved with you. I just would have ended up being some woman you had to get up out of bed and leave at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan became super famous playing Sally Albright in the 1989 rom-com When Harry Met Sally. Directed by Rob Reiner and written by Nora Ephron, the movie dives into the ups and downs of Harry and Sally's friendship and love life over 12 years. It's got that iconic scene at Katz's Delicatessen where Sally fakes which everyone knows. The film was a hit with both critics and audiences, and it's still one of the most loved rom-coms ever. Now, Meg Ryan is making a big comeback to rom-coms with her new movie, What Happens Later. She's not just starring in it, but also directing.
Get off.
What?
Get off this. Now, get off this.
Keanu Reeves is like the action hero king, thanks to his role in Speed from '94. He played Jack Traven, this brave cop in LA who has to stop a bus from exploding by keeping its speed above 50 miles per hour. It was intense with Sandra Bullock and Dennis Hopper in it too. Speed was huge, making $350.4 million and making Keanu a total action star. Right now, Keanu's got some seriously cool stuff in the pipeline. He's coming back as John Wick in Ballerina, which is like a spin-off from the John Wick movies, dropping on June 6, 2025. Plus, he's also working on this dark comedy film called Outcome, which is still in the works. Keanu's still killing it in Hollywood with his awesome performances and total dedication to his craft.
She rescues him right back.
Julia Roberts blew up in Hollywood with her role as Vivian Ward in the 1990 rom-com classic Pretty Woman. Directed by Gary Marshall, the movie is about Vivian, a lively S-worker who gets into a week-long deal with a rich businessman, Edward Lewis, played by Richard Gere. Their lives totally change, and the film became one of the most iconic rom-coms ever. These days, Julia is starring in a drama called Leave the World Behind, directed by Sam Esmail. The movie also has Mahershala Ali and Ethan Hawke. It's about a family's vacation that goes south when a cyber attack knocks out their connectivity, and 2 strangers show up with news of a mysterious blackout.
It's a book my father wrote to try to convince the government.
Brad Pitt totally K-edit in the 1994 epic Western drama Legends of the Fall, directed by Edward Zwick. The movie follows 3 brothers and their dad living in early 20th century Montana. Pitt's character, Tristan Ludlow, gets caught up in a wild mix of love, betrayal, and war. The story spans almost 50 years from WW1 to the Prohibition era, and the film snagged an Oscar for its stunning cinematography. Right now, Brad's got some cool projects coming up. He's starring in Wolves, a thriller directed by John Watts, where he teams up with George Clooney again. The movie is about 2 lone wolf fixers assigned the same job, and it's set to drop on September 20th, 2024.
What if she wants you to kiss her?
Well, then I guess I'm just gonna have to kiss her.
Mary Stuart Masterson. Mary Stuart Masterson totally made a mark with her role in the 1987 teen drama Some Kind of Wonderful. Directed by Howard Deutsch and written by John Hughes, she played Watts, a badass tomboy drummer who secretly loves her best friend, Keith Nelson, played by Eric Stoltz. The film dives deep into themes like friendship, social class, and the ups and downs of young love. These days, Mary Stuart Masterson is keeping busy with a bunch of cool projects. She's starring in The Senior, a drama about a guy who goes back to college to fix his past mistakes.
So I could go on to a bigger one with a young guy like yourself?
Maybe.
Tom Cruise is iconic for his role as Lieutenant Pete Maverick Mitchell in the 1986 action drama Top Gun, Directed by Tony Scott, this movie dives into the lives of naval aviators at the U.S. Navy's Fighter Weapons School, aka Top Gun. Cruise's character, Maverick, is a hotshot fighter pilot competing to be the best while also falling for a civilian instructor. The film was a huge hit, especially for its epic aerial scenes, and became a defining movie of the 80s. Right now, he's back as Maverick in Top Gun Maverick, where he put the cast through a tough training regime known as the Tom Cruise Boot Camp.
What happened to your hair?
Nothing.
Geena Davis. Geena Davis totally rocked it as Thelma Dickinson in the 1991 classic Thelma and Louise, directed by Ridley Scott. She played alongside Susan Sarandon, who was Louise Sawyer. The movie became a huge symbol of female empowerment and friendship. It's about these two women who hit the road for a trip that turns into a run from the law, ending in one of the most iconic finales ever. The film was a hit, snagging 6 Oscar nominations and winning for Best Original Screenplay. She executive produced a documentary called This Changes Everything in 2018, which dives into gender bias in Hollywood and includes interviews with big-name actresses and industry folks. Davis's efforts have made a big splash both in the film industry and beyond.
How come it doesn't say that? How come it doesn't say Sarah Tobias was what the is Reckless Endangerment?
Jodie Foster absolutely K-ed it in the 1988 flick The Accused, snagging herself an Oscar for her role as Sarah Tobias. She played a young woman who fights tooth and nail for justice after a horrifying gang RR at a local bar. The movie dives deep into the struggles victims face within the legal system, shedding light on the emotional and psychological toll of sexual assault and the hurdles they got to overcome. These days, Jodie Foster's still shining bright in Hollywood. You can catch her in the HBO series True Detective Night Country, bringing her A-game to the small screen.
I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be here.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer wowed audiences with her performance in The Fabulous Baker Boys, 1989, where she played Susie Diamond, a gifted singer who spices up the piano lounge act of two brothers and changes their lives forever. Her rendition of Makin' Whoopee on top of a grand piano is etched into film history as an iconic moment. And guess what? Pfeiffer's got a bunch of new projects cooking. She's bringing the laughs in Oh, What Fun, a Christmas comedy, and diving deep into drama with Wild 4 O'Clocks, where she plays a grandmother taking care of two brothers.
You're kidding. The two of us? Together? Like Ray Milland and Rosie Greer in that awful movie?
Bruce Willis made a name for himself as David Addison Jr. in the hit TV show Moonlighting from '85 to '89, where he teamed up with Sybil Shepherd to solve cases and sparred in a sizzling on-screen partnership. The show's mix of comedy, drama, and romance set the stage for what we now call a dramedy, and it catapulted Willis into the spotlight as a leading man. But these days, Willis has been keeping busy with a handful of projects in the pipeline. However, it's worth noting that in March 2022, Willis announced he'd be taking a step back from acting due to health concerns related to aphasia.
Elvis, my man!
Come on, dance!
John Travolta hit a home run in the 1989 rom-com Look Who's Talking, where he played James, a cab driver who wins the heart of single mom Molly, played by Kirstie Alley. Directed by Amy Heckerling, the film was a smash hit, raking in $297 million worldwide on a modest budget. Right now, Travolta is taking on new and exciting roles. He's starring in The Shepherd, a short film produced by Alfonso Cuarón, set to premiere on Disney Plus this winter. This film, based on Frederick Forsyth's novella, follows a young Royal Air Force pilot in a life-or-death situation who gets help from a mysterious pilot, played by Travolta.
Are you okay?
Yes, are you okay?
Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's role as Edward in Edward Scissorhands, 1990, is one of his most memorable performances. Directed by Tim Burton, the film follows Edward, an artificial man with scissors for hands, who is taken in by a suburban family after his creator dies. Depp's portrayal is particularly poignant as he conveys deep emotion with minimal dialogue, speaking fewer than 150 words throughout the movie. Currently, Johnny Depp is making a comeback to the big screen. He's set to play King Louis XV in the film Jean du Barry, directed by French filmmaker Maïwenn, who also stars as the Countess and last mistress of Louis XV. And there you have it, folks. Until next time, bye.